Okay guys, welcome back to another video and thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you're all doing well. Greetings from Tulum, Mexico. In today's video, people, I'm going to share with you 5 healthy habits that I practice every single day, which help keep me grounded in recovery from drug addiction. Now, when it comes to maintaining your sobriety, guys, having routine and structure are, of course, fundamental. It means you have meaning, you have purpose, and you have a direction to follow throughout the entire day. This will also help to limit, or at least reduce, temptation to use whatever the substance of choice once was that we are now working so desperately hard to avoid. Before we start, guys, if anybody needs support with your own addiction, I am currently taking on new clients. I offer a full 3-month support package. I do short talking counselling sessions and quick fire one-to-ones should you need some urgent support and assistance with your own addiction or maybe the addiction of a loved one you care so dearly about. That being said, guys, let's crack on with this video. Vamos. Okay guys, so kicking this video off with the first healthy habit that I practice every single day. Number 1, guys, is waking up early and having a good, solid morning routine. Now, of course, we all have our morning routines by default. But it's fair to say, guys, if you are in the early stages of recovery, I would absolutely recommend that you dial in on your morning routine and make it more recovery centered, okay, by doing certain activities. This will give you a greater chance of maintaining your sobriety throughout the entire day. Now, it's fair to say, guys, when you are an active user, your routine and structure is all out of whack. Mine was completely out of sync. You're up and down like a yo-yo each and every day. One thing that I quickly realized is that when I wanted to change my life and essentially go into recovery, and what is recovery? Recovery is about being healthy from now on. It's about substituting those old, bad and destructive habits and replacing them with new, healthy and exciting ones. I very quickly realized, that I needed routine and structure in my life. I think it's one of the fundamentals in being able to sustain your recovery. Okay, so I very quickly realized, I need routine. So what I would recommend is, guys, to start off with some basics, okay? I don't want to overload you, but let's talk about 5 or 6 basics that you should implement into your life. So start off nice and simple, guys. Start to wake up at the same time every single day. Let's just say 6 a.m. for example. We wake up at 6, we drink some water, we drink some coffee. If possible, we like to get some sunlight on our face. Now, I know that's extremely difficult in the UK during the winter, but at the very least, guys, you can step outside and get some fresh air, drink that coffee outdoors. It really does wake you up quite nicely. From there, guys, I would absolutely spend 10 or 15 minutes doing some self-reflection, some gratitude lists, goals, etc., long-term, short-term. But more importantly, I would absolutely make sure that you have a plan of action for that day. So get out your notebook and write down, things to do for that day. It's really, really important to make sure you are busy, especially in the early stages of sobriety. Now, of course, as time goes on, you can start to add more and more things. I probably do about 10 to 15 things every single day. I'm going to make a morning routine video very shortly. But of course, over time, you can start to add things, like doing maybe exercise in the morning, going for a 30-minute walk. You can do the cold water therapy. You can maybe do some brain training activities. You can do stretching, yoga, all these types of stuff. Start to add that in the near future, but start off with some nice, simple basics that I just outlined. The morning time for me, guys, really is my favorite time of the day. It's when it's the most peaceful, it's when I'm the most productive, and I genuinely feel it's the best time of the day to really lock in and feel the present moment. So that is the first one, guys. Number 1, waking up early and having a good, solid morning routine. Okay, guys, number 2 is physical wellness, okay? Learning to take care of oneself physically, whether that's going to the gym or practicing any other type of sport, anything that really gets your body moving. It's super important to implement some sort of physical exercise into your routine each and every day. But in my opinion, guys, going to the gym really is the cornerstone for rebuilding oneself, especially for people who have suffered with something like addiction. Now, the best analogy, guys, that I like to use is this. Think of your life as like a wall, okay? Each brick within that wall represents a piece of you and your life, whether it's physical wellness, mental wellness, strength, resilience, trust, honesty, respect, etc., etc. Now, unfortunately, guys, what happens is this: when people go through something like addiction, that wall will be beaten down until there is nothing left to give, okay? You will be left a broken shell of your former self. Some would say this is rock bottom. Now, this can be the very turning point for so many. Now, when people start to find the courage and then they want to change their life, they start to get into something like the gym. The gym, in my opinion, from this very moment, is probably one of the best places you can go to start to rebuild your life. It's going to give you discipline. It's going to help build confidence, connection. It's going to put you back into a sense of community. And of course, help to build strength, both physically and mentally, okay? Now, an important point, guys, of course, you don't have to go to the gym. It's all about finding an activity that you like to do. This is going to give you a far greater chance of you continuing to do that activity long into the future. But there is something about lifting weights, something about going to the gym, where it is such a demanding task. I believe it's the best for overall stimulation, okay? And it really does make you feel so good. So start to implement, guys, some sort of physical exercise into your routine each and every day. Okay, guys, so number 3 is healthy food/nutrition. Now, healthy food/nutrition, guys, is by far one of the most underrated ways, not only to keep you grounded, but ways to keep you emotionally balanced and mentally clear. When you consistently, keyword there, guys, consistently nourish your body with real whole foods, you give your mind a stable foundation to build on. Now, when it comes to healthy nutrition and diet, not only is that going to support the physical exercise that we mentioned in the previous section, but it's going to help your mind in many ways. It's going to help to, regulate your mood, balance your mood. Okay, it's going to support brain chemistry, and it's also going to help you to stay energized throughout the entire day. Okay, now I'm a firm believer, guys, in the sayings: eat good, feel good, and you are what you eat. When you feel good, you are most definitely going to make better decisions. And of course, that is super important when it comes to recovery. Now, concentrating on food and nutrition, guys, is a great way to keep you grounded. And again, guys, recovery is all about being healthy, okay? It's about substituting those bad habits and replacing them with new healthy ones, i.e. we stop putting alcohol and drugs in our system and we concentrate on replenishing with good, whole, nutritious foods and fluids. So make sure, guys, you have a good, healthy diet as part of your regimen every single day. This will most definitely help you to stay grounded. Okay, guys, number 4, and a really valuable one that helped me massively, is learning to develop oneself, building new skills in whatever area that may be. Now, I'm a firm believer, guys, in you need to look past the addiction, okay? Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, okay? And if you are somebody who can never look past the addiction, you always say, you're always going to be trapped by it, I can't move forward, then the reality is you never will move forward. You need to look past the addiction. And once you have some form of control, guys, the world is quite literally your oyster. I'm a firm believer in saying, once you have some form of control, you quite literally have a blank canvas to work from. So it's really important, to start to look past the addiction and start to develop new skills. And maybe there's hobbies or something professional that you've always wanted to, take up, whether it's a sport, whether it's something professional in the terms of, maybe you want to get a degree, maybe you want to study something, maybe you want to start a business. And I'm a firm believer, guys, in you need to start to implement that plan as soon as possible. And for me, guys, it's all about learning the Spanish language. For me, it's been an absolute lifesaver. So for anybody who doesn't know, I actually ran away to Spain in 2015. via the website workaway.com, where my situation in the UK was completely out of control. I had £100 to my name, and I actually managed to find a gym instructor job in the countryside of Malaga in a place called Cartama. And over there, guys, off I went. I had £100 to my name, you know, looking really frail, you know, raging drug addict from the UK. But I needed to get out and, you know, break the chain, so to speak. And it worked for a short period. There was the longest stint of sobriety I had since leaving school, which was 3 months. And I was 2015, probably 28, 29. And yeah, it worked for a short period. However, when I was in Spain, guys, I actually discovered, ironically enough, the Spanish language. And, you know, I was in a really remote part of Malaga and nobody really spoke English, only my boss, but all the locals and stuff, it was completely Spanish. And there, guys, I heard my boss speak Spanish to this beautiful waitress called Maria. And immediately I was like, wow, I need to learn Spanish. From there, guys, it just completely changed my mindset, and it really got me locked into, you know, trying to develop this new skill. And studying Spanish, for me, I feel I have a really unique relationship with it because, you know, when I was struggling, you know, for years after that, you know, when I had urges, cravings, these types of things, I would also always revert to Spanish. You know, I would open Babbel, I would try and do a few sections and distract my mind. So it's been a really key and integral part of my recovery. But I personally recommend, guys, you know, we all have ambitions, do we not? We all have things we want to learn. Start to implement it into your daily life. Whether it's, you know, as I said, opening a business, studying a new skill, or whatever it may be, whatever that is, start to make a plan and get after that goal. Okay, there's nothing stopping you, guys, only yourself. Okay, as I said, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Start to chase that goal, whatever that is, start to implement it into your daily life. Just for example, for me, guys, I like to do at least a couple of sections of Babbel per day, which helps keep my streak going. You know, I read a book every single day, and that pretty much has been my hobby for, you know, since 2015, as I said. And, you know, I'm really proud and satisfied how far I've come with that. You know, I'm pretty much near fluent, I would say, good level of Spanish. And, you know, I'm really grateful for that. So number 4, guys, make sure you start learning and developing yourself. Make it part of your daily ritual. Okay, guys, and the 5th and final point to this video, and probably, well, definitely the most important one for overall health, sleep. Sleep should be non-negotiable, okay? Let's talk about sleep. Now, why is sleep important? Well, sleep, of course, guys, has many functions indeed. Just to read a few out to you, it's going to help restore brain function, okay? It's going to regulate your mood and reduce relapse risk. It's going to strengthen physical recovery. It's going to break the cycle of insomnia and craving. And it's also going to help improve focus and daily functioning. Now, when it comes to sleep, guys, you should also have, just like point number 1, a night routine, in my opinion. Start to create a non-negotiable sleep routine. Now, me for myself, guys, at the latest, I'm in bed by 10 p.m, but sometimes it's even earlier. I think it's about 8 o'clock the other night. However, guys, sleep for me is paramount. When I have a good sleep, I wake up early, I feel fresh, rejuvenated, and I'm ready to attack the day, straight into that morning routine, as I said. So start to create a night routine. You know, for example, you know, 9 p.m, all electronic devices are off. Maybe switch over to start to read that book, even maybe that Spanish book, you know, and start to develop those new skills. There's also some night stretches and things you could do if you're into that type of stuff. But, you know, start to dim the lights out and start to wind down. Prepare your mind for sleep. And guys, when you get a good sleep, everything the next day feels so much better. And I cannot say how important that is in recovery, okay? Really start to focus on your sleep. Really get that routine dialed in. And that is number 5, guys. Quick recap. Number 1, morning routine. Start to dial in on your morning routine, you know, and make it recovery centered. Do at least 5 or 6 things every single day. This is going to give you a much better chance of maintaining your recovery throughout the entire day. Number 2 is physical wellness. Make sure you start to implement some physical wellness into your daily routine, whether it's the gym or any other form of physical activity. Something, of course, you like to do, which is going to give you a much better chance of maintaining that for the long term. Number 3, guys, healthy nutrition. Eat good, feel good. When you feel good, you're going to make much better decisions. And of course, that is paramount when you are in recovery. Number 4, guys, learning to develop oneself, building new skills. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. You must start to look past the addiction. Whatever your goal is in life, guys, start to make small steps towards achieving that goal and make it as part of your daily routine. And number 5, guys, the most important one of all for your health, sleep. Sleep is the king when it comes to health. Make sure you have a night routine and make sure you stick by that as a non-negotiable task. And that is it, people. I hope this video helps. Lots more videos coming soon from Mexico. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.